out their ball fakes. Show your ball fakes. Throw it fake high, throw it low, vice versa. Now they're in the zone. Look for the middle. Flash someone in the middle, but you got to make sure your spacing is right. Draymond Green missing that three short. And Van Vliet with the rebound. Aaron Holiday in. Extra perimeter shooting and quickness. He gets in the lane and ricocheted off Adams' leg, but he got it back. He flattened out Van Vliet. He spins away from the double. Gets down the lane for Şengün and hit the side of the backboard. Jimmy Butler on Holiday. His 124th playoff game. Averages 21 a game in the playoffs, and Butler has 8 already. Rockets' biggest lead has been 6. Warriors briefly had a 2-point lead. And high screen for Van Vliet. They flatten him out to midcourt again. Şengün going to work on Draymond. Post was there to help. Shot clock at 5. Getting to that baby hook and rimming it out. Long rebound though, batted back out. And Holiday will tee up a 3. That hurts Steven Adams, man. I watched him that whole position. He's just doing his work so early. The whole time he's just fighting for position. He just got a hand on now, even if it's just to bat it back out. Yeah, the story of the last 3 games is the Rockets' 3-point shooting. They should not be out shooting the Warriors. And Draymond sneaking on the baseline. Good find by Jimmy Butler. You always want someone in that short corner or the middle. You need those 2 areas kind of occupied when you're going against the zone. Van Vliet picked up the dribble. They're staying with that double big because when they miss, they get half their shots back. Yeah, they're double teaming Van Vliet like crazy now. And Adams dunking it down. Everybody else has to be privy to it, though. Warriors shooting at 45%, Rockets at 44%, but the Rockets have 6 more shot attempts. Post an open 3. Quentin 40% or better. Exactly. 32 of 38 in Game 5. They're perfect again tonight. Well, that's the thing. They can just brick a bunch of them and not worry about it. Come back to the next game. Quentin Post knocks down a 3. They need that. The postman with the delivery at just the right time. These open 3s have to be made. Rocket lead at 4. Van Vliet getting a lot of attention. Spins around 2 defenders. They run Jabari Smith off the line. The good shooter at 6'11", and he buries that. I love his game. He's shooting 52% for the series. And 44% from three-point range. So the Rockets, again, when it's half court to half court, they have the edge. The Warriors can get stops and run. They have the edge. Butler on Şengün. He'll get it back with the shot clock at 9. Clear side for Jimmy. Moody at 2. Moody down the lane, runs into Steven Adams. 5. One of 18 children. Came over from New Zealand to the University of Pittsburgh. Warriors saw him in Oklahoma City as well as Memphis. Şengün couldn't catch that. Post with the steal. Draymond sending Moody into the front court. And Moody little mid-range. Okay. Don't go against Adams, just shoot it over his head. Well, part of his 25 points in Game 5 was his float game, his in-between game. Get to that mid-range. All that stuff you've been doing, all that work you've been doing. There's a backstream. Aaron Holiday, a little floater. And rebound Draymond Green. It's the momentum here now. This could be your run. Attack the Rockets before they get back defensively, particularly the double bigs. Draymond. And the right idea, just in that restricted circle. Let me stop short. Trust my mid-range. So Moody and Quentin Post, 5 each off the bench. And Vliet's got Quentin Post on a switch. Shot clock at 7. And Vliet getting down the lane, setting up a Ben Thompson. Moody met him up top. Steven Adams is there to clean it up again. They forced the help, especially in high school. We used to do this drill where the coach would just throw it off the glass and it would just hit all glass and it would just be a free-for-all. Guys fighting, just trying to find bodies. That's what you got to do tonight. Gang rebound, man. Ben Thompson trying to stay with Steph. And Curry missing that 3. Speaking of offensive rebounds, come on, Moody. His first playing time. Or get some of your own. Warriors throw it away. And Ben Thompson, GP2, commits the foul. And Thompson takes a very Game 5. This is the Rockets' biggest lead. The points off turnovers are becoming an issue. And you're fueling Houston, and they're even with 4 made threes. See how intentional Steph was about wrapping that one around. Butler down the lane. And Jimmy will get to the line. And the Warriors slow down the Rockets on this end. And if they get them to miss, can they get a rebound? And Thompson probing the baseline. Looney did a good job there. Tari Eason right to the rim.
See, that's why you got to make sure you're able to stay home and then close out under control. It was an awkward closeout because Steph had to turn around, and Tari Eason just attacked that awkward closeout.
They're doubling Steph every time to get the ball out of his hands. So Butler trying to go to work. Looking for cutters, and now back out to GP2. Shot clock at 5. Moody down the lane. Moody wants to hammer it down. And back rim that dunk.
He tried him, though. That's how you attack.
Jalen Green out of the corner. And Looney sending Butler on his way. Moody 3. Moses has 8. He's been driving. He's been hitting threes. He's playing the right way. And he's been instrumental off the bench.
They need Moses Moody to stay active.
With the edge the Rockets have had, it's pretty good news. The Warriors are down only 4.
Brooks in his landing area, to me, it looked like he kind of kicked his leg out.
So Kavan came in, good rebounding. Warriors down 5. 2 men jumping at Jimmy Butler. Draymond on the baseline. Moody's there again. Moses with shot fake on Jalen Green. Step back 3. Made it a much tougher shot.
See, that's one where on that kick out, if you're GP2, you drive that big, and that's what you need to keep the movement going.
Tari Eason had hit 1 3, and Bottoms another one. I mean, the Rockets were 21st in the league in three-point shooting. First 3 games, couldn't throw it in the Bay. Last 3 games, they're railing threes. Step down the lane, the layup up and out. Think of the missed layups, and Jalen Green and Draymond. You can't play any better defense, but the Warriors throw it away. Dylan Brooks gets it done.
They're just not using their ball fakes. They're just trying to pass it so fast. The Rockets have their length, and they're tracking the ball.
Steph, he was fouled there. Otherwise, that was going to be another turnover.
Yeah, you have to be so careful. You already have the 8 turnovers. That was the problem last game in the first half. Warriors are trying to go so fast. They're getting a little sped up now. Sometimes you have to take a beat. I always say it. It's like a broken record. Take a beat, use the ball fakes. It's the fundamentals. You get to this level of basketball, and sometimes you just forget about your fundamentals.
The question was, will the Warriors have 3 straight poor shooting nights? And they were able to win game 4, shooting 41%. They're testing it again because they're shooting 40% in the game. Pajemski missing there.
Still searching for that perfect shooting game, the Warriors are.
Tari Eason, another 3. Draymond, he got a piece of that.